I've been pulled up to do a cock talk today. Our executive producer was away. I watched the whole game. Liverpool won, Burnley won, and a terrible result for Liverpool Football Club. Chelsea winning, Manchester United winning, two new managers, and I'm afraid the same old Liverpool. And I have to say, I have a problem with the team's arrogance at the moment. I found that first half quite disgusting, really. They toyed with Burnley without any cutting edge, really. Szoboszlai, a pathetic penalty, smashed it like 100 miles an hour, tried to put it in the top corner, very arrogant. In fact, he was the most arrogant player on the pitch. And I don't understand why we do what we're doing. I mean, if you're 15 points clear at the top of the league, then be arrogant, have some swagger. But the way we've been playing for most of this season, certainly in the last 6 or 7 games, you shouldn't be having any arrogance whatsoever. Put in the hard yards, work hard, graft, win the game. Went ahead in the first half, well-worked goal, a lovely finish by Florian Wirtz, who is a positive for Liverpool, looking very, very good. And we go 1-0 up, and it's the same thing. The patterns are exactly the same. You come out in the second half expecting to take these teams to the cleaners and win the game by 3 or 4, and for 5 or 6 minutes of the second half, it's a little bit like the first half, and then the tempo changes, and all of a sudden we're under pressure and we're looking likely to concede a goal. Then Slot comes into it. No substitutions, allows it to carry on and on and on. And how Gapco's played 78 minutes today, I'm not quite sure. Probably shouldn't have come out for the second half. It was dreadful in the first half, yet played 78 minutes. Reactive manager rather than a proactive manager. Getting lots and lots of things wrong at the moment. Konate was okay. Defensively, you can't really quote on the defence. They scored a goal, but they got it in a few times. But players like Gravenberch, who are just getting into it, played 90 minutes every game, and average at times, and just goes out unnoticed. Szoboszlai, like I said, very, very arrogant at the moment. For me, needs to be sat down perhaps and just have a little bit of a reality check, and lots of others. But we're in a position at the moment where, like I said, we're fighting for top 4, and it's going to be difficult because there's lots of teams that are fighting for top 4, and we don't have that cutting edge. We don't have. It looked good in the first half at times, but the overplaying and the arrogance, and we've got to be so much more clinical, so much more direct. And so he's got to be so much more authoritarian. He's got to, these players that are just playing 5, 6 out of 10 every game, they need binning, mate. They need dropping. And, as a club as a whole, yesterday, Gahey, by all accounts, going to Man City for 20 million. We can't pay £20 million for Mark Gahey. We want him for free in the summer. There's an excuse every time. But the excuses run out when the match is played, the score lines. Terrible. Since 1981, this is the first time that Liverpool have not beaten a promoted team at home in the season. For the first time since 1981. That tells you plenty. Burnley got a draw today. If it wasn't for a 95th minute penalty in the first game at Burnley, we would have drawn that one as well. Testing times at Liverpool. A couple more weeks to go in the transfer window. We need to see 1 or 2 additions to that squad because it's looking very tired, and there's far too many players that doesn't matter how good or bad they're playing, come rain or shine, they're going to play 90 minutes. But it lies with the manager. And yesterday made a very poor comment about Calvin Ramsey, saying that I've got better options than him at right back. And today, I think he's proven that there's better options for managers waited in the background, Xabi Alonso and others. So a terrible performance by Liverpool again. All dressed up and nowhere to go. That's what it is. And at the moment, we're always the bridesmaid and never the bride. I'll do this one to you as well. Till the next one.